Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stingy Trigger Tabletop. Trigger here again, doing a little follow-up video about the H&K VP70z. Had a couple of requests, one comment request and a couple of PM requests, asking us to show some video, shooting the gun, show some targets and accuracy, doing a little bit more of a shooting review. So we decided we'd go ahead and do that. You probably saw some footage at the beginning, and I'll roll some in here from time to time as we're going through this. But we just wanted to do a quick follow-up showing some of the accuracy you can get out of this excellent space gun, as I like to call it. Now, as I had said in my review, when it comes to ergonomics of this gun, this thing has a monster 20-pound trigger pull. It is massive. As a result, it's very difficult to shoot, it's hard to stage, it takes a lot of work to get really good at shooting this guy. That being said, we did go to the range, we put it through some paces, we shot at it outdoors, indoors, in a variety of settings, and we went ahead and saved some targets in order to share them with you, to show you some of the accuracy of this gun. Alright, for starters, we got a couple targets here. Let me zoom this back out so you guys can see a little better here. We've got Stingy here, shooting it at 7 yards, putting some rounds on paper, decent, you know, for the most part about a 3.5 inch group. You know, one little flyer there. Like I said, that 20-pound trigger pull is very hard to stage. But by and large, you know, very respectable, respectable grouping. For the most part, in just about everything in the 8 ring, you know, or even for the most part, the majority in the 9 ring, and even one going right through the 10 ring. So it is a highly accurate gun. I've got a second target here. These are all blazer brass, mind you. One staging shot and one that went right through the 10 ring, right through the bullseye. Again, it's 7 yards. But with that trigger pull, that's rather difficult. Stingy wanted to save this one rather than shoot it up a little more. Working our way out here. Got a couple at 15 yards that we took. Again, you know, all on paper. Still, you know, grouping fairly nice. Drifting a little high for Stingy, again, with that trigger pull that he's not used to. But, you know, for the most part, still a highly accurate weapon. You know, first group, second group, still about a 3-inch group here. About a 3.5 inch group there for, you know, 2 small rounds of shooting. So, respectable. Again, opening up a little bit further here, 15 yards again, and then we pushed it out a little further to about 20. But, you know, this was the first one that he shot. Respectable group here, and, you know, opening up a little further as we pushed it out further and further, especially late in the day, trying to stage that heavy, gigantic trigger pull. I did a little bit better for my shooting. I'm just a little bit more used to the gun. First round, again, 7 yards. You know, again, respectable 3.5 inch group at 7 yards. 5 rounds here of blazer brass. 7 yards again, some more blazer brass. Tightened it up a little bit there. Second round of shooting. These are all standing too, I should point that out. We don't bench, we don't sit when we're doing handguns. So these are all standing shots. Pretty respectable, especially out at the 15s with some of these guns we're shooting. But again, 3-inch group, discounting one flyer, really a 2-inch group, all in the exception of the one here hanging out in the 7 ring, all in the 9 ring here. So again, highly accurate gun. Another one here. One little flyer here and there, but again, for the most part, 3 shots, rapid fire, all winding up in the 9 ring down at 7 yards. Pretty good overall. Push that out a little further again to 15 yards, and you'll see even for me, especially after a long day of shooting, things open up. Again, heavy, giant trigger pull, but still, 4 shots. 4 shots on paper, blazer brass. These all would have been chest hits, of course, if this was a humanoid target. Heck, even a vital organ chest hit shot, you know, in the center at 15 yards. So, respectable still. Second round, once brought it back in a little bit, again at 15 yards, more blazer brass. Brought it back down to about a 4-inch group. next 4 shots. Still respectable. And again, 5 shots to finish off the magazine there. Just running whatever we had left in 9mm at this point. Again, about a 3.5 inch group at 15 yards with just generic out-of-the-box ammo. Could we improve our accuracy, perhaps by sitting, maybe benching? Absolutely. Could we run through a variety of ammunitions? I mean, this is basically the cheapest brass ammo I could come up with, not exactly horribly standardized. Could we drop those groups down even at 15 yards to 1 or maybe even 2-inch groups with, say, a hand load or some much more high-quality ammunition? Absolutely. But for me and my philosophy and my intended use of this gun as a fun gun, as a target gun, as a cool thing to break out for an open carry walk or a day on the range to, you know, let people shoot something unique and individual, that's perfectly fine. So, there you guys have it. There's a bit of an accuracy review. Like I've said multiple times, that 20-pound trigger pull, if you're going to try and use this gun for any kind of home defense, carry gun, etc., it's going to take a lot of practice getting that guy to really be on paper and on target and nice and tight. So, if you're going to do that, be prepared to invest the time and the range to go ahead and put that level of practice in. That being said, though, still a highly accurate firearm, even with the 3 and change inch barrel that's in there, even out to 15 and even 20 yards. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun and project videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the series on the VP70. Keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully we can have a couple more Cold War delights turning up for you sooner or later. And remember, we're just a couple of city slickers working this out as we go along. Thanks for watching. Okay, today we're doing a little bit of shooting with the H&K VP70z. First off, we got 5 rounds of 115 grain full metal jacket. And just because you guys like that kind of stuff, I got a full mag of 18 of 115 grain full metal jackets. Once again, that's the H&K VP70Z with its amazing 18-round H&K magazines.